Right now on your screen, you're looking at 3 coins that appear almost identical. Same face. Same size. Same color. Most people would glance at them and move on. But that simple mistake is exactly how hidden value stays hidden. These are Eisenhower dollar coins, symbols of American power, leadership, and a post-war era that reshaped history. Millions were minted, circulated for years, and then quietly forgotten. Yet today, these very coins are slowly making a comeback among serious collectors. Here's the secret. Although they look the same, each one tells a different story. The year, the condition, the surface details, and even the smallest marks can mean the difference between a coin worth $1 and a coin worth hundreds. One of these coins could be common. One could be overlooked. And one could be the kind of coin people unknowingly spend, while collectors would never let it go. So the real question isn't why these coins look alike. The real question is, do you know which one actually matters? By the end of this video, we'll break down all 3, starting with coin number 1, uncovering the hidden details that separate ordinary change from potential treasure. Stay with me, because what looks ordinary is not always ordinary. 1971 $1 United States of America marks a very important turning point in American coin history, because this was the first year the Eisenhower dollar was officially introduced for circulation, carrying not just monetary value but a powerful national message. This coin was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a 5-star general and the leader who guided America through World War II and later served as the 34th President of the United States, symbolizing strength, victory, and leadership. The obverse of the coin features Eisenhower's bold profile facing left, with the word liberty across the top and the phrase "In God We Trust" placed clearly on the surface, while the date 1971 reminds us of an era when America was redefining its economic and political identity. On the reverse, the eagle landing on the moon represents the Apollo 11 mission, making this coin not only a tribute to a president but also a celebration of America's achievement in space exploration, a moment when the nation proved its technological power to the world. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition for general circulation, while special collector versions were also made with 40% silver, creating an important distinction that many people still overlook today. At the time of its release, the coin was intended to replace large silver dollars of the past and serve as a modern, durable dollar coin for everyday use, yet its large size made it unpopular in daily transactions, causing many examples to remain unused and eventually stored away. Today, the 1971 $1 coin is widely collected, not always for high monetary value, but for its historical importance, design symbolism, and connection to a powerful moment in American history. Condition plays a major role in its market value, as well-preserved coins with strong details, clean surfaces, and original luster are far more desirable to collectors than heavily circulated examples. What makes this coin truly fascinating is that millions of people still own it without realizing its story, its variations, and its place as the beginning of a new dollar era. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar stands as more than just currency. It is a physical reminder of leadership, faith, space exploration, and a nation moving forward into a new age, quietly resting in collections, drawers, and pockets, waiting for someone to recognize its true significance. Beyond its surface design and basic history, the 1971 $1 United States of America coin carries layers of meaning that continue to attract collectors and history enthusiasts alike. This coin was released during a time of major economic change in the United States, only a few years after silver was removed from most circulating coinage, making the Eisenhower dollar a symbol of a new monetary era based on modern metal compositions rather than precious metals. For many Americans, this was the first large dollar coin they ever held in their hands, and its weight and size gave it a sense of importance that smaller coins could not match. The minting of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar took place at different facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver for circulation strikes, while special proof versions were produced for collectors, each mint leaving subtle characteristics that trained eyes can still identify today. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is how its value depends not only on rarity but also on condition, strike quality, and originality. Coins that avoided heavy circulation, retained their mint luster, and show sharp details in Eisenhower's hair and facial features can command significantly higher prices than worn examples. Collectors carefully examine the fields of the coin for marks, scratches, and signs of cleaning, because even small imperfections can greatly affect desirability. Over time, the market has shown steady interest in high-grade examples, especially those preserved in near-perfect condition, as they represent the coin exactly as it appeared when it left the mint over 5 decades ago. Another important element that adds depth to this coin is its cultural and emotional value. The reverse design featuring the eagle and the moon connects the Eisenhower dollar to one of humanity's greatest achievements, reminding viewers of the moment when mankind first set foot on another celestial body. This connection transforms the coin into a miniature monument, combining politics, science, faith, and national pride into a single object small enough to fit in the palm of a hand. For collectors, owning a 1971 Eisenhower dollar is not just about possessing a coin, but about holding a piece of American ambition and confidence during a time when the nation was looking toward the future. Even today, many 1971 Eisenhower dollars remain hidden away in drawers, old collections, and inherited boxes, often overlooked and underestimated. Some people see it as nothing more than a large, old coin, while others recognize it as the foundation of the modern dollar coin series. Its significance lies not in extreme rarity, but in its role as a historical starting point, a coin that opened the door for later dollar designs and experiments in American currency. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow worldwide, the 1971 $1 Eisenhower coin remains a quiet but powerful reminder that true value is not always measured only in money, but in history, symbolism, and the stories that survive through time. When we talk about the value of the 1971 $1 United States of America Eisenhower coin, it is important to understand that its worth is not defined by a single fixed price, but by a combination of history, condition, market demand, and collector psychology. In ordinary circulated condition, most 1971 Eisenhower dollars trade close to their face value or slightly above it, usually ranging from $1 to a few dollars, because millions were produced and many survived. However, this surface-level understanding hides a much deeper reality, because the true value of this coin begins to rise dramatically when specific factors come into play. Condition is the most powerful driver of value, and coins that remain in uncirculated or near-mint condition can be worth many times more than worn examples. A coin with sharp details, original mint luster, clean fields, and no signs of harsh cleaning immediately separates itself from the average coin found in circulation. As the grade increases, so does the value, often in a way that surprises new collectors. A lightly circulated 1971 Eisenhower dollar may only bring a small premium, but once the coin reaches higher mint state grades, the price can rise steadily and then sharply. Coins graded MS-63 or MS-64 are commonly collected and traded, while those reaching MS-65 and above enter a much more competitive market. At these higher grades, collectors are no longer buying just a coin, they are buying quality, scarcity within abundance, and long-term potential. The number of coins that survive in top condition is far smaller than the original mintage figures suggest, because time, handling, and storage have damaged countless examples over the decades. Another major factor that influences the value of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is whether the coin is a standard copper nickel-clad issue or a special collector version. While most circulation strikes were made for everyday use, certain issues were produced specifically for collectors, including proof and silver-containing versions. These coins often show superior strike quality, mirror-like surfaces, and sharper design details, making them far more desirable. Silver versions, in particular, carry intrinsic metal value in addition to their numismatic worth, which creates a natural price floor even during weak collector markets. As silver prices rise over time, these versions benefit from both bullion demand and collector interest. Market demand also plays a critical role in determining value. Interest in Eisenhower dollars has grown steadily as collectors rediscover their historical and artistic significance. Many collectors are drawn to the series because it represents a bridge between classic silver dollars and modern coinage, combining bold design with powerful symbolism. As more people enter the hobby, demand for high-quality examples increases, especially for early-year issues like 1971, which mark the beginning of the series. The first-year status adds emotional and historical appeal, making these coins more desirable than later dates for many collectors. Another important aspect of value lies in originality. Coins that have never been cleaned, polished, or altered are far more valuable than those that have been tampered with. Even if a cleaned coin appears shiny at first glance, experienced collectors can immediately recognize unnatural surfaces, and such coins often sell for significantly less. Original toning, even when light or uneven, can actually enhance value by confirming that the coin has aged naturally. In the eyes of serious collectors, originality is a form of authenticity, and authenticity always commands a premium. Long-term value potential is another reason why the 1971 Eisenhower dollar continues to attract attention. While it may not be considered extremely rare today, its supply in top condition is finite and continues to shrink as coins are lost, damaged, or improperly stored. Over time, this natural reduction in high-grade examples can lead to increased prices, especially as nostalgia and historical appreciation grow. Coins that were once overlooked often gain recognition decades later, and the Eisenhower dollar is already showing signs of this gradual re-evaluation in the market. The psychological aspect of collecting also contributes to value. Many collectors seek to complete full sets, and every set needs a strong example of the first-year issue. This creates consistent demand for 1971 Eisenhower dollars, particularly those that stand out in quality. As competition increases for the best examples, prices naturally rise. Auctions often demonstrate this effect, where top-grade coins can sell for prices far beyond what casual observers expect, driven by emotion, pride, and the desire to own something exceptional. In addition to collector demand, educational content and online media have begun to influence coin values in modern times. As more people learn about the Eisenhower dollar through videos, articles, and social platforms, awareness grows, and awareness fuels interest. Coins that were once forgotten in drawers are now being re-examined, graded, and brought to market, creating renewed activity around the series. This exposure helps establish stronger market values and encourages collectors to look more closely at dates, varieties, and conditions they might have ignored in the past. Ultimately, the value of the 1971 $1 United States of America coin is not just measured in dollars and cents. Its true worth lies in its role as a historical marker, a collectible artifact, and a symbol of an era defined by leadership, faith, and technological achievement. While not every example will be highly valuable, the potential hidden within certain coins makes the Eisenhower dollar endlessly fascinating. It teaches collectors an important lesson, that value is often quiet, patient, and dependent on knowledge. Those who take the time to understand the coin, preserve it properly, and recognize its strengths are the ones who unlock its real potential over time. The 1974 $1 United States of America coin is a fascinating chapter in the Eisenhower dollar series, a coin that embodies the spirit, history, and symbolism of a nation at a crossroads of tradition and modernity. Struck in a year when America was navigating complex economic challenges, shifting cultural landscapes, and technological advancements, this coin is far more than a simple piece of currency. On the obverse, it features the dignified profile of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a figure who symbolizes leadership, resilience, and the unifying strength of the United States in both war and peace. The inscriptions of liberty across the top, "In God We Trust" prominently displayed, and the date 1974 serve as constant reminders of the values and aspirations that defined the era. On the reverse, the iconic soaring eagle, reminiscent of the Apollo 11 mission's lunar achievement, is captured in intricate detail, clutching the olive branch and arrows, symbolizing both peace and strength. While the design echoes that of the earlier 1971 release, the 1974 issue is unique in subtle ways that keen collectors immediately recognize: variations in mint marks, slight differences in strike quality, and the wear patterns that only time can create. These differences, often overlooked by the casual observer, hold profound significance in the collector community, where even minor details can dramatically influence a coin's desirability and market value. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar was produced primarily for circulation, utilizing the copper-nickel-clad composition that became standard for the series, yet certain coins were also struck in 40% silver for collectors, creating an important distinction that has long-term implications for value. Because millions were minted across different facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver, the supply seems abundant, but high-quality specimens remain relatively scarce, especially those retaining full mint luster with sharp relief and clean surfaces. The coin's size, weight, and design made it instantly recognizable, yet also posed challenges for daily use, meaning many were stored away or eventually forgotten, allowing them to survive in remarkable condition for decades. Over time, collectors have come to value these coins not just for their face value but for their historical context, rarity in high grades, and connection to an era that represents a bridge between classic silver dollars and modern coinage. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar demonstrates how history, design, and scarcity converge to create a coin that is at once tangible, educational, and emotionally significant, making it an enduring favorite for collectors worldwide. The market for the 1974 $1 coin has evolved significantly over the years, influenced by both numismatic trends and broader economic factors. Coins in circulated condition may remain modestly valued, often just above face value, but uncirculated or proof examples command increasing premiums, especially when certified by reputable grading services. The subtle differences between coins, a slight doubling of letters, a sharper strike in Eisenhower's hair, a cleaner surface, can be the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one that brings hundreds at auction. Collectors pay close attention to originality, avoiding coins that have been cleaned or altered, and often prize natural toning that confirms authenticity. As global interest in coins grows, and as historical appreciation deepens, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar continues to attract attention, not as a fleeting curiosity, but as a tangible link to American history, leadership, and achievement, quietly waiting in collections and drawers to reveal its full story to those who look closely enough. Beyond its basic design and historical significance, the 1974 $1 United States of America coin carries layers of value that make it a fascinating and often underappreciated collectible. While millions were produced for general circulation, the coins that truly capture attention among collectors are those preserved in higher grades, examples that have avoided wear, scratches, and cleaning over the past 5 decades. Coins that retain their original mint luster, with sharp details in Eisenhower's profile, clean fields, and well-defined lettering, are particularly prized. Even subtle differences, such as the placement of the mint mark, slight variations in strike depth, or the presence of minor die anomalies, can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a sought-after collectible. This is why collectors often scrutinize each coin under magnification, seeking the details that set the top-tier examples apart from the rest. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar also exists in different versions, including the standard copper-nickel-clad circulation strikes and the 40% silver collector editions. The silver versions inherently carry a base value linked to the price of silver, but their numismatic value often far exceeds metal content. High-grade silver strikes, especially proofs and uncirculated examples, can sell for multiples of the face value, reflecting both scarcity and desirability. Market trends over the decades show that as general coin collecting grows and new generations of collectors enter the hobby, demand for first-class examples of these coins rises steadily, pushing prices upward. Coins preserved in original rolls or sealed sets from the mint are particularly valuable because they have been untouched by circulation and environmental factors, making them rare finds in today's market. Another factor that enhances the coin's value is historical and emotional context. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar comes from a period in American history marked by transition, post-war economic adjustments, cultural shifts, and growing technological achievements, including the legacy of the Apollo moon missions. Owning this coin is like holding a tangible piece of that era, a miniature artifact connecting the collector to pivotal moments in national history. Many collectors find that the narrative surrounding a coin significantly boosts its appeal, because coins that tell a story always command more interest than those without context. This narrative effect is particularly strong for the Eisenhower series, which combines presidential homage, national pride, and space-age symbolism all in one striking dollar coin. The coin's condition dramatically influences market value. Circulated coins, which may show wear on high points such as Eisenhower's hair or the eagle on the reverse, often sell for just above face value. By contrast, uncirculated examples graded Mississippi 63, Mississippi 64, and above frequently command substantial premiums. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, particularly those certified by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, are considered investment grade and are actively sought by serious collectors and investors alike. These high-grade coins are not only rare but also serve as benchmarks for the entire series, establishing standards of quality that the market respects. Even within high grades, collectors look for originality, avoiding coins that have been cleaned or chemically treated, as these can drastically reduce the coin's desirability. Auction results further illustrate the value potential of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. While common circulated examples may only fetch a few dollars in bulk sales, exceptional coins at auctions can reach hundreds, sometimes approaching or exceeding the value of their silver counterparts. Factors such as eye appeal, strike quality, and historical documentation, including provenance or inclusion in notable collections, can dramatically elevate a coin's market performance. This shows that the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, though not the rarest coin ever minted, possesses a dynamic value that responds to collector interest, market conditions, and presentation. Even the smallest details, often overlooked by casual observers, have a significant impact on value. The sharpness of the eagle's feathers, the clarity of lettering, the depth of relief, and even the natural toning of the coin's surfaces all contribute to a subtle hierarchy of desirability. Coins with naturally attractive coloration or light toning often sell at a premium, because these features indicate careful handling over decades. Conversely, coins that appear dull, worn, or artificially enhanced through cleaning often lose value in the eyes of knowledgeable buyers. This makes proper storage and handling essential for anyone hoping to maximize the long-term value of a 1974 Eisenhower dollar in their possession. In today's market, the long-term outlook for the 1974 Eisenhower dollar remains positive. With the series historically significant, widely recognized, and increasingly appreciated by collectors, the coins that survive in high grade and original condition are likely to continue gaining attention and value over time. As more collectors learn about the nuances of mint marks, strikes, and preservation, and as awareness of historical context grows, the market for these coins strengthens. Even coins that seem ordinary at first glance may hold hidden potential for value growth if they are well preserved and authenticated. Ultimately, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is a compelling example of how historical significance, condition, rarity, and collector interest converge to create a coin whose worth extends far beyond its face value, offering both financial opportunity and a tangible connection to American history. The 1978 $1 United States of America coin represents an important and fascinating chapter in the Eisenhower dollar series, combining historical significance, unique design features, and collector appeal in a single striking piece of American currency. Struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark, this coin reflects both the craftsmanship and technological standards of the late 1970s, a period when the United States was navigating economic changes, international challenges, and a growing collector interest in modern coinage. On the obverse, the coin features the distinguished profile of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, whose leadership during World War II and subsequent tenure as the 34th President of the United States symbolize strength, vision, and resilience. The inscriptions of liberty along the top and "In God We Trust" placed prominently beside the portrait reinforce the values that the nation held dear, while the date 1978 marks a continuation of the Eisenhower dollar series into its later years, showcasing both consistency in design and subtle evolution in minting techniques. The reverse of the coin depicts a bold and detailed eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, with the lunar surface beneath and the Earth visible in the background. This imagery commemorates the Apollo 11 mission and the United States' achievement of placing humans on the moon, linking the Eisenhower dollar to a moment of extraordinary national pride and technological accomplishment. While this reverse design was consistent throughout the series, collectors immediately recognize minor differences in strikes, relief depth, and die varieties that can significantly affect the coin's desirability and long-term value. The 1978 D issue was struck in copper-nickel-clad composition for circulation, while special collector issues, including silver-clad examples, were also available, adding layers of distinction and market interest for those seeking rare or higher-value variations. The market value of the 1978 D Eisenhower dollar depends heavily on condition, strike quality, and rarity in the collector community. Circulated coins generally trade close to face value or slightly above it, reflecting their abundance, yet uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-63 or higher, can command considerable premiums. Coins in MS-65 or MS-66 condition, particularly those certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are actively sought after by collectors and investors alike, because they represent near-perfect preservation of the coin as it left the mint over 4 decades ago. Even small details, such as the sharpness of Eisenhower's facial features, the depth of the eagle's feathers, the clarity of lettering, or the presence of attractive natural toning, can dramatically increase the coin's appeal and market price. Collectors often scrutinize each coin meticulously, seeking evidence of originality and avoiding examples that have been cleaned, polished, or otherwise altered, because authenticity and natural preservation are highly valued in the numismatic community. The 1978 D Eisenhower dollar also holds value beyond mere monetary consideration, as it connects collectors to a specific historical and cultural context. This coin was produced during a time when the United States was expanding its influence in space exploration, advancing economically, and solidifying the Eisenhower series as a bridge between traditional silver dollars and modern large-denomination coinage. For collectors, owning a 1978 D dollar is like holding a tangible piece of that era, a reminder of national achievement, presidential legacy, and the ongoing story of American currency. Many of these coins were saved in rolls, collections, or storage for decades, meaning high-grade examples are increasingly rare and increasingly valuable over time. In addition to historical and collector factors, market trends also impact the coin's value. Demand for Eisenhower dollars has remained strong among both seasoned collectors and new entrants to the hobby, and first-year issues or coins in exceptional condition are often highlighted in auctions, sometimes fetching prices far beyond their original face value. The 1978D issue, while not as rare as the earliest 1971 or 1972 coins, stands out in high grades, proof-like examples, and in silver collector editions. Even among circulated coins, those with minimal wear, attractive toning, and strong eye appeal can outperform other common years in the series. Over time, as more coins are lost, damaged, or improperly stored, the relative scarcity of well-preserved 1978D dollars increases, ensuring that their value potential continues to grow. Ultimately, the 1978D $1 United States of America coin is more than a simple piece of currency, it is a convergence of history, design, and collector demand. Its obverse pays homage to an iconic leader, its reverse commemorates one of humanity's greatest achievements, and its preservation, rarity, and market demand make it an object of fascination for coin enthusiasts worldwide. Whether considered for its numismatic value, historical context, or simply as a collectible piece of American heritage, the 1978D Eisenhower dollar remains a compelling and enduring coin, quietly waiting in collections and drawers for those who recognize its significance, ready to reward patience, knowledge, and appreciation with both financial and historical value.